The stars blazed like distant fires against the void as Captain Marcus Rivera stood aboard the bridge of the ESS Dauntless, humanity's most advanced exploration vessel. The year was 2157, and humanity had spread throughout their solar system, establishing colonies on Mars and the moons of Jupiter. But today marked their first venture beyond Pluto's orbit, testing their experimental quantum drive. Quantum drive disengaging in 3, 2, 1, announced Lieutenant Hannah Chen, her fingers dancing across the holographic controls. The ship shuddered slightly as it dropped out of quantum space, emerging into an unknown star system. Marcus felt his breath catch in his throat. Before them loomed a massive spacecraft unlike anything humanity had ever conceived. Its hull seemed to ripple like liquid metal, organic curves blending seamlessly with geometric patterns that defied conventional engineering. "Sir," called out Commander James Wilson from the sensor station, "we're detecting unusual energy signatures. They're powering up weapons." Before Marcus could respond, the alien vessel unleashed a barrage of energy weapons. The Dauntless's shields, designed for cosmic radiation and micrometeorites, stood no chance against the assault. Alarms blared throughout the ship as systems began failing. "All hands, battle stations," Marcus commanded, even knowing their conventional weapons would be useless against such advanced technology. "Lieutenant Chen, prepare for emergency quantum jump." But as Hannah initiated the quantum drive sequence, something unexpected happened. The ship's neural interface system, originally designed to assist with navigation, suddenly established a deeper connection with her consciousness. Time seemed to slow as her awareness expanded throughout the ship's systems. "Captain," she gasped, "I can feel the ship. I can feel everything." Through this unprecedented neural link, Hannah's human intuition merged with the ship's quantum processors. The Dauntless moved with impossible grace, evading the next barrage of alien weapons fire with maneuvers that should have torn the ship apart. Marcus watched in amazement as his navigation officer became one with the vessel. The neural interface readings were off the charts, showing levels of integration never before seen in human technology. Hannah wasn't just controlling the ship, she was the ship. The alien vessel launched what appeared to be automated boarding craft, their surfaces crawling with mechanical tentacles. But Hannah, her consciousness now extending through every system of the Dauntless, anticipated their trajectories perfectly. The ship's point defense systems, guided by her enhanced awareness, picked off the boarding craft one by one. More hostile ships emerging from quantum space, James reported, his voice tense. 3. No, 5 vessels, similar design to the first. Marcus made a decision that would change the course of human history. "Lieutenant Chen, can you maintain this neural connection?" "Yes, sir," Hannah replied, her voice carrying an ethereal quality as her consciousness remained merged with the ship. "The quantum processors, they're adapting to my neural patterns. The ship is becoming an extension of my mind. Then show them what humanity can do." What followed would later be termed the first contact ballet in military histories. The Dauntless moved like no spacecraft ever had, its movements guided by the perfect fusion of human intuition and quantum computing. Hannah could perceive the enemy's attack patterns before they fully formed, responding with countermaneuvers that seemed to defy physics. The alien vessels, clearly relying on advanced AI systems, couldn't adapt to the unpredictable nature of human consciousness. Their attacks, while devastatingly powerful, followed patterns that Hannah's enhanced awareness could recognize and exploit. Using the Dauntless's experimental quantum drive in ways its designers never imagined, Hannah executed a series of micro-jumps, appearing at impossible angles relative to the alien ships. Each jump was perfectly calculated to maximize the effectiveness of their relatively primitive weapons. One by one, the alien vessels fell back, their supposedly superior technology proving inadequate against the unprecedented synthesis of human consciousness and machine capability. The first contact battle ended not with humanity's destruction, but with the retreat of their technologically superior adversaries. As the last alien ship disappeared into quantum space, Hannah's consciousness gradually separated from the ship's systems. She slumped in her chair, exhausted but triumphant. "Send a priority message to Earth Command," Marcus ordered, still processing what he had witnessed. "We've made first contact, and we've discovered something far more important. The future of human warfare isn't about bigger guns or stronger shields." The Dauntless limped home, its hull bearing the scars of humanity's first interstellar battle. But they carried with them something far more valuable than battle damage: the knowledge that humans possessed a capability no alien race had anticipated: the ability to truly become one with their ships. Within months, neural integration research would become humanity's highest priority. The age of conventional space warfare was over. The era of the neural integrated warship had begun, and humanity was about to show the galaxy why you should never underestimate a species that could turn their consciousness into the ultimate weapon. Deep within the secured research facility beneath Mount Fuji, Dr. Arya Patel stood before a wall of quantum displays, her dark eyes reflecting streams of neural data. 6 months had passed since the Dauntless incident, and she hadn't left the facility for more than a few hours at a time. The weight of humanity's future rested on her team's ability to understand and replicate Lieutenant Chen's unprecedented neural connection. "Running simulation sequence 47, announced Dr. Victor Santos, his fingers moving across the holographic interface. Before them, in a massive testing chamber, the experimental vessel Mindweaver hung suspended in a gravity-neutral field, its hull incorporating the latest in quantum neural interfaces. Inside the ship's neural pod, Major Diana Wright prepared for another integration attempt. She was the 20th test pilot to try. The previous 19 had failed to achieve anything close to Chen's level of connection. But Diana had something the others didn't. She was a trained quantum physicist before becoming a pilot. "Neural interface initializing," Victor reported. "Quantum field stable. Brain wave patterns normal." Arya watched the readings intently. They'd modified the interface based on Diana's theory that the key wasn't forcing the human brain to adapt to the ship's systems, but rather creating a quantum field that allowed human consciousness to naturally expand into the available space. Beginning neural sync in 3, 2, 1. The chamber filled with a soft blue glow as the quantum field activated. Diana's consciousness reached out, touching the ship's systems with gentle curiosity rather than trying to command them. The neural activity monitors showed something extraordinary. Her brain wasn't just connecting to the ship's systems, it was growing new neural pathways through them. "My God," Arya whispered, "she's doing it. The quantum field is acting as an extension of her neural network." Through the observation window, they watched as the Mindweaver's systems came alive, responding to Diana's thoughts with increasing precision. The ship's external plates rippled with patterns of light that matched her brainwave frequencies. "It's beautiful," Diana's voice came through the comm, filled with wonder. "I can feel everything. The ship isn't just accepting commands, it's becoming part of my nervous system. The quantum processors are adapting to my neural patterns, creating new pathways I never imagined possible." Arya's hands flew across her console, recording every detail of the integration. The ship's quantum core is synchronizing with her consciousness. It's not just an interface anymore. It's a genuine expansion of human consciousness into the machine realm. The breakthrough sparked a revolution in human technology. Within weeks, research facilities worldwide were replicating and improving upon the quantum neural interface. They discovered that each human-ship integration was unique, creating neural patterns as individual as fingerprints. Some pilots showed greater aptitude for weapon systems, others for navigation or defense. But the most startling discovery came 3 months later, when Diana reported something unexpected during a routine integration test. "The ship, it's learning," she announced during a debriefing. "Not like an AI, but more like how a human brain creates new neural pathways. When we work together, we both evolve. The quantum processors are developing new configurations based on our shared experiences." This revelation changed everything. The ships weren't just platforms for human consciousness. They were partners in an unprecedented form of evolution. Each integration made both the pilot and the ship more capable, developing abilities that neither could achieve alone. Military strategists quickly recognized the implications. Traditional space combat doctrine became obsolete when facing ships that could think and react with human intuition enhanced by quantum processing. The first generation of dedicated neural warships began construction, incorporating lessons learned from thousands of integration tests. We're not just building better ships, AREA explained to the Joint Chiefs of Staff during a crucial presentation. We're creating a new form of human existence. These vessels become extensions of our consciousness, allowing human minds to operate on a scale never before possible. The program faced its share of challenges. Some pilots couldn't achieve stable integration, their minds unable to adapt to the expanded consciousness the quantum field provided. Others became so immersed in the integration that they struggled to disconnect. But with each challenge came new understanding and improvements to the technology. A year after the Dauntless incident, humanity launched its first neural fleet squadron. 5 ships, each paired with a carefully selected pilot, their quantum neural interfaces refined through countless iterations. During their first training exercise, they demonstrated capabilities that made conventional space combat tactics obsolete. The ships moved with impossible grace, anticipating each other's actions through their pilots' shared human intuition. Traditional targeting computers couldn't track their movements, which flowed from human consciousness rather than mathematical algorithms. They weren't just weapons platforms. They were extensions of human will, capable of split-second decisions no eye could match. As AREA watched the training exercise from her command center, she realized they had created something beyond weapons. They had opened a door to human evolution, allowing consciousness to expand beyond its biological limits into the quantum realm. We started this project trying to replicate what Lieutenant Chen achieved by accident, she noted in her final report. What we've created instead is a blueprint for humanity's future among the stars. Our consciousness is no longer bound by our bodies. Through these ships, we can extend our minds into the fabric of space itself. The age of neural warfare had truly begun, and humanity was about to show the galaxy why consciousness was the ultimate weapon. Admiral Diana Wright, once a test pilot and now commander of humanity's first neural fleet, stood in her integration chamber aboard the flagship Quantum Dawn. Through the neural link, she felt rather than saw the 15 ships of her fleet moving into position around Proxima Centauri. Each vessel was an extension of its pilot's consciousness, their movements flowing with organic grace no conventional ship could match. Multiple quantum signatures detected, reported Captain Sarah Chen. Her consciousness merged with the advanced sensor arrays of her ship, the Neural Whisper. The Kraxan fleet is arriving. Count reads, 73 capital ships. Diana allowed herself a grim smile. The Kraxan Imperium, having witnessed humanity's neural technology from afar, had decided to eliminate this potential threat before it could spread. They didn't realize they were already too late. Through the neural network linking the human fleet, Diana sensed her pilot's readiness. Each ship consciousness pair was unique. Some specialized in tactical analysis, others in weapons coordination or defensive maneuvers. Together, they formed something greater than the sum of their parts, a symphony of human minds extended through quantum technology. The Kraxan fleet emerged from quantum space in a dazzling display of power, their biomechanical ships arranged in traditional attack formations. Each alien vessel was nearly twice the size of its human counterpart, their hulls bristling with weapons that could tear through conventional shields like paper. "They're broadcasting," Sarah reported, her consciousness sifting through the quantum communications. "Standard ultimatum: surrender or be destroyed." Diana's response flowed through the neural network to her fleet. No words were needed. Her strategic intent merged seamlessly with their shared consciousness. The human ships moved as one, executing a maneuver that should have been impossible for vessels their size. The Kraxan opened fire, their energy weapons cutting brilliant paths through space. But the neural-integrated human ships were already moving, their pilots' enhanced consciousness processing tactical data faster than any computer. Diana felt the battle through the quantum field that connected them all, each ship's movements complementing the others in an intricate dance of survival and destruction. "They're trying to predict our movement patterns," observed Lieutenant Marcus Rivera, his ship thought striker weaving through enemy fire. "Their combat AI can't adapt to our irregular trajectories." He was right. The Kraxan relied on advanced artificial intelligence to coordinate their fleet actions, but AI thought in patterns. Human consciousness, especially when enhanced by quantum integration, was far more creative and unpredictable. Diana directed her attention to the quantum field surrounding her ship. Through it, she could feel the fabric of space itself, the subtle gravitational eddies and quantum fluctuations that most ships' sensors couldn't detect. She shared this awareness through the neural network, allowing her fleet to use the space itself as both weapon and shield. The battle evolved into something never before seen in the history of space warfare. The human ships moved like a school of fish, each anticipating the other's actions through their shared neural connection. They used their smaller size to their advantage, executing maneuvers that the larger Kraxan vessels couldn't match. "Their formation is breaking down," Sarah reported, her consciousness tracking the enemy's desperate attempts to adapt. "Their AI can't handle our unpredictability." The turning point came when Diana initiated what would later be called the quantum weave maneuver. Through the neural network, she coordinated her fleet to manipulate their quantum drives in precise synchronization. The result was a cascading series of microspace distortions that disrupted the Kraxan's targeting systems. In the confusion, the human fleet struck. Their weapons, guided by the intuition of human consciousness rather than targeting computers, found weak points that no conventional scan had detected. One by one, the massive Kraxan ships began to fall. "Impossible." The Kraxan commander's transmission echoed across all channels. "No biological entities can process combat data this quickly." But they weren't just biological entities anymore. They were human consciousness expanded through quantum technology, operating on a level that transcended traditional divisions between organic and machine. The battle lasted just 27 minutes. When it ended, the mighty Kraxan fleet was in ruins, their surviving ships retreating in disarray. The human fleet had suffered only minor damage, protected by their unprecedented ability to anticipate and evade enemy attacks. As Diana began the process of disconnecting from her neural interface, she felt the familiar sensation of her consciousness returning to its biological limits. But something had changed during the battle. The quantum field had allowed them to achieve something unprecedented, a perfect synthesis of human intuition and technological capability. "Send word to Earth Command," she ordered, her voice carrying the weight of history. "The Battle of Proxima is won. And more importantly, we've proven that human consciousness is the most powerful weapon in the galaxy." The message would spread quickly across known space. Humanity's neural integrated ships weren't just advanced technology. They were something entirely new. The next step in the evolution of warfare, where human consciousness itself had become the ultimate advantage. As the fleet regrouped for the journey home, Diana knew they had crossed a threshold from which there was no return. The galaxy would never be the same, and humanity had established itself as a force that could not be ignored or underestimated. Through the quantum field, she felt her pilots' shared sense of triumph and possibility. They had done more than win a battle. They had opened the door to humanity's future among the stars. 5 years after the Battle of Proxima, the Quantum Integration Research Center on Mars buzzed with activity. Dr. Arya Patel stood in the observation dome, watching as the latest generation of neural integrated ships performed maneuvers that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. The vessels moved like living things, their quantum fields shimmering with patterns that reflected the consciousness of their pilots. "The sync rates are off the charts," reported Dr. Victor Santos, now Director of Neural Evolution Studies. "The pilots aren't just controlling the ships anymore. They're growing with them." Each integration makes both the human consciousness and the quantum systems more sophisticated. Through the dome's transparent panels, they watched as 3 ships executed a complex training sequence. Their movements were perfectly coordinated, yet uniquely individual, like dancers in a cosmic ballet. The neural integration technology had evolved far beyond its military origins, becoming a symbol of humanity's potential for transformation. "We're seeing something unprecedented," Arya explained to the assembled group of military and civilian observers. "The quantum field doesn't just allow consciousness to expand, it allows it to evolve. Each pilot ship pair develops its own characteristics, its own way of interpreting and interacting with space itself." The implications had sent shockwaves through the galactic community. Other species had tried to replicate human neural integration technology, but all had failed. Their consciousness patterns, it seemed, weren't compatible with the quantum field in the same way human minds were. Commander Elena Rodriguez, one of the first successful neural pilots, demonstrated this unique capability daily in her role as chief training officer. Her consciousness, merged with her ship-thought dancer, had developed abilities that even the technology's creators hadn't anticipated. "The quantum field becomes an extension of your nervous system," she explained to a new class of pilot candidates. "But it's more than that. It's like having synapses that extend through space itself. You don't just pilot the ship, you become something greater than either human or machine." The training program had evolved as well. They discovered that certain mental exercises, particularly those involving quantum visualization and spatial awareness, helped prepare human minds for the integration process. Success rates had improved from 20% to nearly 80% among carefully selected candidates. But it was the unexpected developments that truly demonstrated the technology's potential. During routine patrols, neural integrated pilots began reporting strange sensations, awareness of quantum fluctuations, ability to sense gravitational waves, even limited precognition in combat situations. The human brain is adapting to process information it was never designed to handle, Dr. Santos explained during a briefing. The quantum field acts as a bridge, allowing consciousness to operate on levels we previously thought impossible. The military applications were staggering. The neural fleet, now comprising over 100 ships, had developed combat techniques that made conventional space warfare obsolete. Each pilot ship pair could process tactical information faster than any computer, while maintaining the creative problem-solving abilities unique to human consciousness. Alien civilizations watched with growing unease as humanity's influence expanded. The Kraxan Imperium, still recovering from their defeat at Proxima, had sealed their borders. The Zeth Collective, known for their advanced AI systems, had begun seeking diplomatic relations rather than risk confrontation. "They're afraid of us," Alina observed during a staff meeting. "Not because of our weapons or our ships, but because we've achieved something they can't understand or replicate." The fear wasn't entirely misplaced. Neural integration had given humanity an insurmountable advantage in space combat. No conventional fleet, no matter how technologically advanced, could match the speed and adaptability of human consciousness expanded through quantum fields. But the technology's impact went far beyond military applications. Civilian versions of neural integration were being developed for everything from space exploration to scientific research. The ability to extend human consciousness through quantum fields was revolutionizing every field it touched. "We're witnessing the next step in human evolution," Arya declared during a presentation to the World Science Council. "Neural integration isn't just a technology. It's a door opening to what humanity might become." The evidence supported her claim. Long-term neural pilots showed enhanced cognitive abilities, even when not integrated with their ships. Their brains had physically adapted to process quantum information, developing new neural pathways that previous generations of humans had never possessed. Each new generation of the technology brought fresh surprises. Pilot ship pairs began developing specialized abilities. Some excelled at navigation through quantum space, others showed unprecedented skill in energy manipulation or tactical coordination. The neural fleet became a symphony of specialized capabilities, each unique but working in perfect harmony. The real breakthrough, Victor noted in his research logs, isn't in the technology itself, but in how it allows human consciousness to grow beyond its original limitations. We're not just building better ships or weapons, we're creating a new form of existence. As humanity prepared to face whatever challenges the galaxy might present, one thing had become clear. The fusion of human consciousness with quantum technology had created something unprecedented in the history of known space. They had become more than just a species with advanced technology. They had become something that the galaxy's oldest civilizations feared and respected. The age of neural integration had transformed not just warfare, but humanity itself. And as their ships danced among the stars, guided by consciousness expanded beyond biological limits, they carried with them the promise of what humanity might yet become. Grand Admiral Diana Wright stood in her neural integration chamber aboard the Quantum Dawn. Her consciousness expanded through the quantum field that connected her to both ship and fleet. Through this enhanced awareness, she sensed the massive alien armada gathering at the edge of the Sol system, the largest coalition of forces ever assembled in known space. Final count confirms 317 capital ships, reported Captain Sarah Chen. Her consciousness merged with the Neural Whisper's advanced sensor arrays. 7 different species, all with their most advanced technology. The Kraxan, the Zeth, the Meridians, they're all here. The coalition had formed out of fear of humanity's rapidly evolving neural integration technology, fear of what humanity might become if left unchecked. They called themselves the Galactic Preservation Alliance, claiming their mission was to prevent any single species from dominating space. Humanity's neural fleet, now numbering 150 ships, faced odds of more than 2 to 1. But numbers alone couldn't tell the true story. In the decade since the Battle of Proxima, neural integration technology had evolved in ways that even its creators hadn't imagined. Through the quantum neural network, Diana felt the readiness of her pilots. Each ship consciousness pair had developed unique capabilities, their human minds expanded and enhanced by years of integration with quantum systems. They weren't just pilots operating vessels anymore. They had become something entirely new. They're broadcasting their demands, Sarah announced. Complete surrender and dismantling of all neural integration technology, or they'll cleanse the Sol system. Diana's response flowed through the neural network, a complex mixture of tactical plans and emotional resolve that every pilot instantly understood. The human fleet moved as one organism, taking up positions that seemed random to conventional tactical analysis, but formed patterns on quantum levels that only neural integrated consciousness could perceive. The battle began with a massive energy barrage from the alien coalition. Their combined firepower could have destroyed a conventional fleet instantly, but the human ships moved with impossible precision, their pilots' enhanced consciousness reading the quantum fluctuations that preceded each attack. They still don't understand, observed Commander Marcus Rivera from the Thought Striker. They think this is about technology, about weapons. They don't realize what we've become. He was right. The alien coalition had brought their most advanced AI systems, their most powerful weapons, their most sophisticated tactical computers. But they were fighting with tools, while humanity had evolved beyond the need for such limitations. Through the quantum field, Diana coordinated movements that defied conventional physics. Ships linked their quantum fields in ways that created cascading reality distortions, making it impossible for enemy targeting systems to lock onto them. Each pilot's consciousness expanded through their vessel, reading and reacting to the fabric of space itself. The alien fleet's formation began to break down as their carefully planned strategies proved useless against an enemy that operated on levels their technology couldn't comprehend. Their AI systems, programmed for conventional warfare, couldn't adapt to combat tactics that emerged from expanded human consciousness rather than tactical databases. But the coalition had numbers on their side, and even neural integrated ships couldn't be everywhere at once. The battle intensified as both sides took losses, space itself seeming to warp and twist under the unprecedented exchange of energy and quantum distortions. Then Diana felt something new through the neural network, a resonance she had never experienced before. The quantum fields of all human ships began to synchronize in a way that transcended their individual connections. In that moment, the entire neural fleet achieved something unprecedented. A collective consciousness that maintained individual identity while operating as a single entity. What happened next would be studied by xenorchaeologists for centuries to come. The human fleet moved in perfect harmony, their combined quantum fields creating patterns that rippled through space-time itself. Energy weapons bent around them. Torpedoes passed through empty space where ships had been microseconds before, and reality itself seemed to flow like water around the neural integrated vessels. The alien coalition's carefully coordinated attack dissolved into chaos as they faced something beyond their comprehension. This wasn't just advanced technology or superior tactics. This was evolution in action, humanity transcending the very boundaries of what consciousness could achieve. By the eternal void, the Kraxan commander's transmission echoed across all channels. What have they become? The answer became clear as the battle reached its climax. The neural fleet didn't just defeat the alien coalition. They demonstrated a level of existence that their opponents hadn't known was possible. Ship after ship surrendered as their crews witnessed capabilities that their most advanced sciences couldn't explain. As the last enemy vessels powered down their weapons, Diana began the process of disconnecting from the neural interface. But something had changed. The breakthrough they had achieved, the collective consciousness while maintaining individual identity, had opened new doors of possibility. "Send word to Earth Command," she ordered, her voice carrying the weight of transformation. "The Sol system is secure. But more importantly, we've discovered what humanity truly is, not just a species that builds powerful weapons or advanced technology, but one that can evolve beyond anyone's expectations." The message spread quickly across known space. Humanity had not just defended itself, it had demonstrated a new path of evolution. The neural integration technology hadn't just changed warfare, it had changed what it meant to be human. As the neural fleet regrouped around Earth, their quantum fields still resonating with their shared breakthrough, Diana knew they had crossed a threshold from which there was no return. They had become something new. Not just individual consciousness expanded through technology, but a species capable of transcending the very limits of existence itself. The age of conventional warfare was over. The age of human evolution had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same.